Today, the whole family planted a new tree. Everything looks fine.
Yay!
Oh!
Bandit feels something isn't quite right. The tree's name doesn't match its shape.
Oh!
It turns out the sign was stuck upside down. Just a little adjustment was all it took. The garden looks neat again. Sometimes you just need to look a little closer.
Huh?
Behind the house was a small, fascinating forest. Bluey began her exploration. A small path led Bluey deeper into the forest. Each tree trunk had a different shape. The small forest looked vibrant. The journey included small challenges. It was cooler inside the forest than outside. Bingo also wanted to explore with Bluey. There were many new things in the forest. The exploration gradually came to an end. Everyone reunited after the trip. A small forest can also offer a great adventure. The fish tank mistake. A fish tank sits neatly on a table. The fish swim happily. Dad sprinkles fish food carefully, nodding with satisfaction. Dad feeds the fish. Fish swim up excitedly. The kids press their faces to the glass, pointing. One day, Dad is busy. Mom picks up a white container that looks like fish food. Mom pours it into the tank. The water turns cloudy. Mom looks at the container again. Salt. Mom's eyes widen. The whole family springs into action. Dad gently moves the fish into a temporary bowl. Mom drains the tank. The kids carry buckets of water very seriously. Music speeds up slightly. Fresh water is poured in. The filter turns on. The fish are carefully returned to the tank. Everyone leans in, holding their breath. The fish start swimming again, happy and lively. The kids jump with joy. Dad exhales in relief. Mom smiles awkwardly and pats her chest. Early to bed. Mom raises a finger and gestures. Early bedtime tonight? Dad and the kids nod seriously. The clock flips to 9 p.m. Everyone is still in the living room. The child sleeps peacefully. Dad sits upright, wide awake. Mom checks the clock, then sits back down. The clock reads 10 p.m. Dad has turned on the TV and is fully engaged. Mom sits beside him, scrolling on her phone. The child continues sleeping soundly. The clock shows 11 p.m. Dad changes TV channels. Mom smiles at her phone screen. The child shifts position slightly, still asleep. Mom looks up at the clock. Eyes widen. She looks at Dad. Dad looks back, sheepish. They both glance at the couch. The kid has been asleep forever. The secret painting. A large sheet of drawing paper is spread out on the floor. Paints, brushes, and crayons are placed around it. Mom, Dad, sister, and little brother look at one another. Dad gestures a rectangle in the air. We draw together. Dad sits down at one corner of the paper. Using a brush, he paints a simple house. Lines a bit rough but solid. Mom chooses soft colors. She paints flowers, trees, and the sky. Each stroke slow and gentle. Sister picks bright colors. She draws smiling people, arms and legs a little long, full of lively expression. Little brother sits right down on the floor. With crayons, he draws a big sun, coloring outside the lines, smudging a bit. The family steps back a few steps, seeing the whole painting for the first time. The house is off-center from the sun. The trees are bigger than the people. Colors don't match, lines overlap. They look at one another and burst out laughing. One peaceful afternoon, the yard suddenly becomes an imaginary world. From simple drawings, an adventure begins. The path grows longer and longer, and the rules of the game gradually take shape. When adults appear, the challenge becomes more interesting. The rules are simple, but not easy at all. The joy comes from the near falls. When the whole family joins in, the path has no end. The game ends, but the traces remain. A gentle breeze blows through. The game concludes. The tree grows bigger every day, with the love of the whole family. There are little visitors who have come to the garden. Bluey is a little worried about his plants. It doesn't always need to be so forceful. Just help them find some depth in another spot. Protecting the plants is also part of caring for them. The peaceful retreat is back. Everyone has their place. Just know how to care for them properly. Bluey decided to take a short trip to the forest. The trip began with some light preparations. The path into the forest revealed many new things. The forest offered a sense of peace and tranquility. Bingo and Bluey explored the forest. A break made the trip even more fulfilling. The forest trip continued with many interesting things. The trip to the forest brought simple and memorable joys. family's preparing for a small picnic at home. But things don't always go according to plan.
Oh.
When things go wrong, helping each other is the most important thing.
Huh.
A little sharing can make everything so much better.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Choosing the right place makes the outing more enjoyable. Not every game is perfect from the start.
Huh?
With patience and mutual support, problems can be solved. A picnic doesn't need to be perfect. Just being together is enough. After days of waiting, it's time to check the garden. Something's sprouting from the ground. Harvesting requires careful handling.
Let's go!
Things aren't always easy. The whole family works together to find a way.
Let's go!
And then, success! The first harvest doesn't have to be huge. The greatest joy is accomplishing something with your own hands. A familiar courtyard suddenly becomes a bustling marketplace. A mini market begins from imagination. And then, the first customer appears. When you're too excited, things can get chaotic. When you know how to wait and share, every game becomes wonderful.
Aha!
When everyone does their part, the market becomes orderly. A small market, but full of laughter.
Huh?
When you know how to cooperate, everyone is happy. Sharing is what makes the market more meaningful. When you know how to wait and share, every game becomes wonderful. When food is too delicious, sometimes the teeth are the first to protest.
Huh?
What happened?
In Bluey's mind, everything seemed 10 times more dramatic than it actually was.
Come on, let's go.
Hi!
Huh?
It turned out things weren't as scary as Bluey imagined. And today's lesson is, delicious food is fun, but remember to brush your teeth every day. The balancing act. Bluey spots a bird perched on the fence and decides to challenge herself with a little balancing game. She slowly lifts one leg, arms out wide, trying to keep her body as still as a statue. But balancing is harder than it looks. Bluey begins to wobble and her little legs start to shake. Dad Bandit notices and steps right beside her. He circles his hands around her, creating a silent safety zone. Seeing her dad's hands nearby, Bluey feels a surge of confidence. She takes a deep breath and regains her focus. Thanks to the silent support, Bluey holds her balance longer than before. She feels strong and very capable. Forgot the kid! Morning at home. Mom grabs her keys and bag, checks the clock, running late. She gestures to the kid. School time! Mom walks out the door, carrying the child's backpack. Inside, the kid is still putting on shoes. The door closes. The kid looks up, frozen in place. The kid walks to the window and watches Mom's car drive away. He scratches his head, then shrugs and sits on the couch, calmly playing with a toy. Outside the school, Mom parks the car and turns to the back seat. Empty. Mom freezes. Mom looks at the backpack, looks at the empty seat, looks at her phone. Eyes widen. Panic. She quickly turns the car around. Mom rushes inside and swings the door open. The kid is on the couch, happily eating a snack/playing. They stare at each other for a second. Mom exhales in relief and hugs the kid tightly. The kid pats Mom's back like, "It's okay." Mom carries the kid outside, then double-checks the back seat before closing the door.